Welcome to In It to Win It. This is Steve Barton, and thank you for tuning in. We are here for Monday market moves, what happened last week in the markets, and what we expect for next week. You can probably tell by our background here that we are not in studio. We are on vacation, and you can probably also tell we're using different software here. So we're going to try out Trading View, which should be pretty interesting because now we'll be able to pull up the commodities themselves. So we don't have to use COPX as a proxy for copper. We can look up copper futures itself. So kind of neat. There'll be a little bit of a learning curve here with the software, but I am pretty excited. All right, starting out as always with the S&P 500, came right back down, touched on the 200-day moving average. This one is pretty interesting because we have a lot of support right here, forming up a double bottom, and it's hitting right on the 200 moving average. So that would lead us to believe that it's going to go and bounce and go up. But we have a pretty darn bearish reversal bar right here. I don't know. I could see this one going either way. Wouldn't feel comfortable placing a bet one way or the other. Gold is had a heck of a couple of weeks. We said last week after this shoot up that we saw it going up even higher. That happened. It went up another $50 or so this week. Touched right on about 2000 and then came back down. So it looks like gold is going to have a little bit of a correction here as far as technically on the charts. I think what's really happening here is the war premium. With the unrest in the Middle East, people run to safety and typically they run to gold. And that's exactly what's happening here, I believe. But it does look like it hit a little bit, probably going to have a little bit of correction in gold. It's had quite the run up, unless some more turmoil in the geopolitical world keeps unfolding, then this could continue to shoot higher. So leveraging that on GDX and GDXJ, GDX had a shoot up and then had a bit of a double top right here and then came back down. So if Mother Gold corrects and goes back down, this will correct to the downside even more. And GDXJ, same kind of thing, also had a little double top right here. Looking like it's probably going to correct down. I would expect it to trade somewhere in between this 50 moving average and the 200 moving average. Silver also had a nice week. Went up like we thought it would. Touched right on around 2360 or so, and then came back down. So silver is looking pretty interesting. I mean, this 50 moving average is providing quite a bit of support. It's getting through the 200. Right here, which is also encouraging. We have some major resistance of silver right around 24.50, $25. But I could see this one going to the upside over the next week or so. Leveraging that with SILJ, we placed a limit order around $8. It hit. I could definitely see taking some profits here. You're up about 12 or 13% or so. Hitting right on this 50 moving average. But I think holding on to this one for a bit, letting silver kind of do its thing. This is going to be a leverage bet on gold. If there continues to be more uncertainty in the Middle East, and we might get a little bit of a war premium out of this as well. So liking our bet with SILJ. And I think a sell point might be up here around $10 or so, around the 200 moving average. We'll see how that one irons out. All right, copper. So here's the commodity itself. This is pretty cool. Closed the week at $3.57. And, this is probably not going to do well over the coming recession, but I think we need to start placing our bets now for what's very likely going to be a bull run in copper over the next 5 to 10 years. So the easiest way to play that, the beta way to play it, is COPX. And take a look at this one here. Starting to fall out right here. We might be catching a falling knife, but there is a fair amount of resistance built up right around where we're at now. It could be another level of support down here around $31. See how we have this gap up over here? Don't know if it'll get there, but if you don't have any position in copper, I don't think that this is a bad time. All right, uranium. This one is pretty exciting. The spot price of uranium is at $73, according to John Quakes, as of, when was that? Yesterday. Pretty exciting for the commodity. We had a little bit of correction here, and then it popped back up And then if we go to the Sprott Physical Uranium Trust, I checked just before the show, it's trading at about a 3% discount. So not the 16 or 18% discount that we enjoyed for a very long time and just slowly dollar cost averaged in. Looks like we're going to actually get a runway on this one here. I think this is one of the easiest beta ways to play this bet is buying the commodity itself. And the Sprott Physical Uranium Trust is one of the most liquid ways to do that. You can trade in and out very easily, and it's probably the safest bet in this uranium bull market. All right, URA, not the pure play uranium bet, but a way to play it. About 70% of the funds in here are uranium. And just kind of trading in between this 50 and 200-day moving average. It kind of depends on which way the commodity is going to go, and then this will be a leverage bet to that. But I honestly, I may even stop bringing up this chart on URA, because the real pure play uranium here bet, if you want to bet on the uranium miners, is going to be URNM. And this graph looks pretty similar. But remember, 100% of the companies in here are uranium based instead of 70%. This is a much, much better bet if you want to play the uranium beta in this market. Okay, so also here, it's trading in about the right in between the 50 and 200-day moving average. I could see it kind of bouncing sideways like this for a while until it shoots to the upside or the downside. We are biased towards the upside. This market is looking very, very good. A trading opportunity came up in UROY. So this is Uranium Royalty Corporation, the only uranium royalty play that is out there. This one hit right on the 50 moving average. If you're a member of Silver Chartist, can't recommend them enough. There's a link down in the show notes if you want to join. It's not an affiliate link. I just really like that site. I love what Steve Penny's doing, and I highly recommend them. Anyways, had a nice little trading opportunity here on, what would that be? That was Thursday. Could have got it pretty cheap, around $2 and almost $2.50. We had a limit order in for $2.50 and it never hit, but got darn close and shot to the upside. So I could see, if you were able to get in on that, maybe taking some profits around up here or so, around 325. This would be a trading position. If you don't have any position in this company, I suppose now it's not a terrible time. Yeah, we see this one doing very, very, very well over this uranium bull market. Uranium Energy Corporation has been doing quite well. Really wishing we had bought more when it was back here. But had a nice little run up in the last few weeks. As far as timing on this thing, it's hitting on the 20-day moving average. A slight level of support there. Would really like to see it come back down to the 50. I think that might be a nice entry point. Back up the truck moment would be here if it hit down at the 200 moving average. URNJ, I think we're going to be adding to this position as we get little corrections and pullbacks. We have limit orders in here at let's see, $20 and $18. Probably not going to hit, but maybe we'll get lucky and it will. I think a nice entry point on this one would be when it comes back down here to the 50 moving average, around $21 if you have no position. All right, and oil. So here's the commodity itself. Pretty cool. This is crude. It closed the week at 88.28. So I think a bit of the war premium hit. We had a limit order on oil. I'm going to move over here to XLE. This is our favorite oil ETF. Just sends out a little 4% dividend every few months. Pretty nice. Anyways, hit down here on the 200 moving average, and I think that was a nice entry point. We got a little greedy, and we had a limit order in here for 83.50. Probably should have just had the limit order in for 84 because it would have hit. Anyways, we're just adding to the position. I think there might be an add here coming up. We got the 50 and the 20 moving average kind of converging right here for a lot of support. And if the current turmoil in the Middle East continues to unfold, oil's probably going to get more expensive. All righty. Well, I hope you guys got something out of that. Support the show. Hit the like and the subscribe. If you want to see us go over your companies, submit them in the comments below, and we will do so next week. You have a great rest of the day, and we will talk to you next time.